Hell.
You said the Duchess of Herefordshire, right?
That was Cordelia.
Yeah.
I missed
Yes.
that thing. I was in the re-listen. I was like, "Oh, Andy, you're perfect." Hereford. Is there an Everywhereford as well? Duchess of Herefordshire.
Hold on. Oh, shit. That's me.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of Star Chasers, Chasing Stars in Space. Empty Nest. To answer your question, Timothy, I don't think there's an Everywherefordshire, but there could be.
There could be.
It's in your heart. We are down a Chimkin today. Sean couldn't join us, so Chimkin will probably be in the room loudly declaring that, oh no, the diarrhea has got her. Okay. Last time, the party entered the castle, the Bright Summer Castle. They met the Queen, King, and Court briefly. They went to their room where they continued to hide Marley, this time in a water closet. They discussed their plans a little bit. Eventually they had a visitor. They talked to the butler. They learned a little bit more about the world of Bide and this nation. Which I don't think we've ever actually said, but the country is called Kalia. And then they're at war with their elvish neighbors to the north, who are the Guaranteg. But yes, and then we ended with discussion of a plan to perhaps snoop about before meeting with the king and queen, or just queen, in the morning. So, what would you all like to do now? You've eaten your feastly meal of orange jellies and jellied oranges.
Yes. And with some intent on spying on, there is a Princess Hester as well, which seems more a hereditary title than a generational heroic one, to see if she wouldn't be a better contact of Hester kind. So yes, do some light snooping. It's not creepy. So I suppose just discuss plans. There was some discussion of letting Storm wander the halls, charming maids of all walks, and for Molly to sneak about perhaps outside as some kind of animal form or spider-climbed aspect of herself to see if she can find the princess's room. I, of course, will be feigning the vapors, and Chimkin will be here to chase off any unwelcome knockers or gentlemen callers. Anyone have a better plan?
Sounds good to me.
Yes. Did we have any indication of any events that were going on outside of our...
Late in the episode, there was some indication that Her Majesty the Hester would be ill-disposed to see us this evening. Apparently there was some emergency with the War Council.
Right.
And you had suggested to a footman that he put in a good word that you should perhaps be able to attend. We didn't hear the result of that, but I do think you were successful at the suggestion.
So hopefully I'll be able to check this out.
That would perhaps, well, I was going to say that would perhaps be more instructional, but that would be more instructional towards the war effort. I think charming maids of all walks would be more beneficial as far as getting more information local.
Sure. It might.
That's how geopolitical we want to play this ish.
Right. And if we explore geopolitical as euphemistically as possible, in tandem with literality. It can be interesting. So sure, I can. And were we waiting on word back, or am I to just sort of get about it on my own initiative?
I believe your suggestion, and it's a shame I had only just finished, but I believe your suggestion was put in a good word.
Right,
Which doesn't guarantee results, but I think if you're largely seen, if that is successful, you will be summonable.
Right. Okay. Well, whatever the case, I can always look out whether we get noticed or not, and make inquiry right away if that's our desire. If we want to get in on this, so Council of War. Yeah, I'm really interested in this whole conflict, and
yes,
we've only heard one side, and that slantingly via one source. So, kind of interested, and the buzz on the princess not being down with it is interesting.
Yes,
of course. So, yeah.
You may be able to charm your way right up to the princess's room.
I might. It might be a bit forward of me, but we'll see what happens. Yeah,
You're
Marley.
a charming, rakish catman with a musical bent. What's
right? And I can create an international incident with another whole government.
That's
of
right.
Cat people.
Princess in a tower worth her salt doesn't want a gentle cat collar.
It's true. It's true.
Simply don't know.
They're always curious about certain things. Anyway, I always remind them that's what killed many of my ancestors. But that said, Marley, we don't have any way to make you other than you are.
Disguise as elf, we decided was the spell's name.
Yeah.
Well, you've always been established as a pet, right? So I could just take you with me into court. I mean, was there evidence of any other animals around, as in a sort of medieval court sort of way, or no?
Yeah, you've seen dogs about the premises.
Okay, and was there an impression as to the general reception of us having a cat in our company? Were they like, I love cats, I hate cats, or cats, I can go any way? Some people have very strong opinions.
Yeah. You didn't.
They were very cat neutral.
Yeah, you didn't get any blowback or adoration for the cat. They're just like, it's a cat.
Okay.
If you were on a boat recently, it's to kill rats,
Right. So if I come out with my cat, ostensibly, as just perceived, they're not going to be looking at it askance.
No, they might think it's a little weird that, like, you have a cat. It's like I think Marty said a couple episodes ago, it's like a Pluto Goofy situation.
Right. It is, but,
it's not wrong.
Organ grinders have monkeys, right? I'm a bard. And Marley's smart, so she could do weird. I could say that she's a performing cat or something. She could, seem super intelligent, perhaps, because she is, ostensibly. At least wise. She's a druid. So.
I was going to say, looks at int score. You so sure about that one?
She's at least on par of the higher end of cat intelligence, we would hope.
My cats can do a math problem.
Right.
No.
How many?
Get slow, trying not to be called on.
But I bet you're like natural 20 always with pushing stuff off of tables, aggressively and things like that.
Oh yeah, my dexterity is very high.
Well, the advantage does help.
Right, and the whole thing of, are they expecting a cat to actually not be a cat?
True that. Right.
Somehow works as a rhyme. We got going.
Yeah, do they have elven shapeshifters here? We're not sure.
Yeah, what's the buzz on the elves? We know the history, ostensibly, but like, what's the?
I believe that's
who are the people?
For that, I think you would need to pick the minds of some charming.
Yeah, if you
chambermaids.
Go out into the hallway, you can ask some people what they think elves are or can do.
Right.
And again, with asking a couple wooed servant women, you won't start any international incidents anytime soon.
Right, you're really keen on me wooing these servant women.
I just imagine it's somewhere on your sheet. Speciality. I don't mean to presume to type, but
well, interesting. Just think, have you spent time with musicians before? Bards, really?
No comment.
Right. It's very clever. It's a diplomatic trick you just pulled off, or maybe it's academic.
Yeah, perhaps.
Well, that said, you don't have any means of concealing yourself, do you, Hester? Appearing
for
other
10
than
minutes.
you are. 10 minutes.
And it could be, even if I let Chimkin enchant me for an hour, it would be terribly inconvenient for me to be covering that I'm indisposed and then suddenly appear.
Well, now your indisposal seems to be something of a moot point because we can't really meet up with the Queen anyway at this point, unless we get
true.
access.
It was mostly cover for that, wasn't it?
And we could play it that our healer is so good that he invoked a recovery in you, but he himself has taken now ill with the.
Yes, I do believe he said diarrhea one too many times.
That's right. That's how it goes, right?
Yes.
It's like
the universe took him too seriously.
Candyman and Beelzebub, or not?
Yes.
Beelzebub.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Thank
you.
Yes, thank you.
Certainly, Beelzebub would like to hear his name called.
Who doesn't? 3 times?
Yes, it's just good to be seen and recognized.
Right.
Well, I was thinking I'd lay low and send Willow out a window to get a look outside, but something about splitting the party doesn't seem wise, even if I don't expect this to be more dangerous than you being perhaps too forward in an effort to see a princess.
Well, that option is always open to us. I mean, the night is long and all, etc. So we'll see how things play out, but maybe we could go out.
Hold on, it's not as if I'm some well-known commodity outside of anyone who saw me in court proper. I can just be any halfling, can't I? Let me go find.
I think you sell your distinctness short. No pun intended, lady. For you do make an impression. You're not just any halfling.
Was classically trained.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Nope. And you're back.
Sorry.
Okay.
We're back.
You turned up on the other screen.
There you go.
Yeah. Sorry. Still trying to fiddle with stuff. I should just spit up.
It's just playing hell with all our boxes. We good?
No, it's good.
Okay. Well, yes. Let's. I don't have any real way to. I will simply dress myself down. Actually, Storm, first mission. Fetch me some serving clothes of sorts. I mean, you don't need to charm a lass right out of her bloomers, like on the spot. But I'm just saying.
Do you have anything to offer as collateral to whatever potential person I must disrobe at your pleasure? And what? You okay?
More expecting access to the laundry, but again, yes.
Well,
I'm a size 8 halfling.
Size 8 halfling, so that's like divide by 8.
Well, and it's
right?
girls halflings.
So that's like a negative.
Different. Yeah, so I'm either an 8, a 12, a 34, a -6, a delta, or a C, I think.
34 is pixie, right?
Yes.
That's the pixie size?
34 pixie.
Yeah, I thought so.
And even though they are criminally tight, but that's what it says on the chart.
With the right fabric,
I'm told it barely breathes. I don't agree.
Exactly. Well, come see, come saw. All right. I can, Marley, do you want to come with me? Or shall I go on a laundry, or can we just send for the butler? Look,
Oh,
we
well, I
wanna
think that
play
should be
dress
quite
up.
strange. Give us your serving girls in outfits.
Yes.
I think this should be one just between
Well, I think I don't have a
lassies.
disguise kit.
Oh, well, that
No,
could. I mean,
I-
take a
I
little
don't
time
have a-
now. That would save some time later.
I
Oh, you
don't have a disguise. No. I'm the diplomat side of things. I have
Yes.
sealing wax and perfume and things like
Yeah,
that.
still good to have.
I do have coconut oil, though. That's been established. So, all right. Well, I'll somehow inconspicuously find my way to the laundry, which I assume is in the cellar. So you want to dress as a servant?
Yes, just someone who will be easily overlooked because no one really looks at servants, do they?
I guess. I look at everyone I can.
Oh, that's because you're a decent person, still.
Oh, or
Or
not.
tabaxi. Is that offensive?
Depending.
I don't mean to be.
We're all people, you know.
Okay.
We're all people. Some of my best people in my life have been, plants or
I
mushroom
do find
beings, whatever.
that our language is very human-centric, but
Well, I have my own tongue, so mew mew. I will go out then with Marley. Do you want to ride on my shoulder?
Sure, maybe I'll be able to help you filch these clothes somehow.
Okay.
I'll carry one in my mouth.
So, it'll be so cute.
Do we have a bag of holding technology from Chimkin? Is that right?
I believe so.
he has a facsimile or a lesser version thereof, I think, that he is able to
Something that
grab.
will work.
Bag of
work in a
holdings,
pinch.
spelled with 2 G's.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Right. It's the generic version. Got a white label. Okay. Well, if I can borrow that, that's going to help me sort of secrete anything that I may abscond with more readily. And I would love to borrow that if Chimkin doesn't mind.
Yeah.
I'm busy in the water closet.
Right.
It's there on the bureau. Pip pip.
Oh, he's got the pip.
Oh,
coming
now he has
out.
the pips.
That's terrible. That's a natural.
It's on the
progression of
decline,
diarrhea.
unfortunately. Our
Yes.
Chimkin is poorly. I apologize. Well,
Well-
good of him to share. What a chap. Thank you, Chimkin.
Well, I'm gonna open up some of that perfume from my ambassador kit and just,
yes.
just apply it liberally near the door as a sort of fume barrier. And I think I have some incense, so I'll have some catnip. I'll just take a few quick tokes and eat some mint leaves, and then I'm ready to go. So we're getting maid's clothing or something like that. We're going to
Yes.
see about access to this Council of War. We're going to look at the general vibe.
Yes,
the-
you
the-
don't
the
yourself
folk.
have sending, do you? You have message, correct?
I have message. I need to be within.
Oh,
what is
well,
it?
if you do get summoned to a war room, just send Marley back.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
that works. Yeah, I need to be within 120 feet for a message.
Because I don't have a terrible amount of experience, but war meetings can go on, and if we reach 4 hours and a surprise elf shows up in the middle of the room, it just won't go well.
No, I don't know where you get that idea. Trapper Elf.
Oh,
I feel
right.
confident.
How long? have
I
you
read
been
a lot of
a
books.
cat? Where are we with the cat? Duration?
4 hours, correct?
But are we
Yes.
at a beginning of a new 4-hour term?
Yeah, she's an elf right
Yes.
now. Yeah.
Okay, cool, great.
Yeah, I was previously hiding in the water closet. I assume I got
Right.
out of there before Chimkin went
Yes, we
in.
both had to. I was also in there for a bit, feigning.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I think somewhere mid-meal, Chimkin took off. Said something about the diarrhea, and now it's on to the pips.
Pips, God. All right, well, I'll go later. That might be a good pretext for me having
Yes.
to leave wherever we are. If I have to, although who knows with these societies. This is steampunky, though, right?
No, not really. No, it's more
Medieval.
more just straight medieval. Yeah.
Okay. So is this the kind of place where people just pee on the floor and stuff?
Yeah, throw it out a window.
All right.
Not up this high, not on the Knob Hill, but probably in the street.
Down the street. Yeah, no, they have a water closet that dumps it into the moat. So I wouldn't go into that moat if I were you.
Nice. Right.
No, added deterrent.
It does acid damage.
That's good. Maybe it's flammable.
They need to drink more water around here.
Yes, exactly. Hydrate, folks. Hydrate. They're drinking solid Pepsi.
Disgusting.
What's that going to do?
It's all Monster Energy drinks for us.
Cannot leave Bide fast enough.
The dude abide. All right. I will then make. If we're finished snacking on all the food we got, we're ready to go out, and got this bag of holding. All right. I will presumably appear to go out on my own.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you want to head in a specific direction? You've only explored a little bit of the castle. You've been led around a bit, but you know where the front hall is, where the court room is, the throne room.
Right.
That's about it, but you can kind of piece together some other parts of the castle. You're pretty sure you passed a dining room. You think you could figure out probably other guest rooms are if you go kind of just further down this hallway. Where would you like to go?
I guess I'd like to first check out, are there other people moving around? What time is it, first of all?
It's a little past dinner, so a little past sundown. And you can see there are a couple people in the hallway lighting the candles and torches down the hallway.
So I see servants.
You see servants, yeah.
And they're all wearing a specific sort of uniform?
For the most part, yeah. The butlers are all dressed very similarly in black. The maids are dressed, like traditional French maid looking thing, but skirts all the way to the floor.
Mm-hmm. But it's is there sort of colors of the kingdom sort of uniformity to things, or are people basically just in higher grade clothing because they're servants of the court, but it's got differences? You know what I mean? Is there individuality, or
there is some individuality to it? It's they probably make their own uniforms.
Okay.
But
So
they have uniform colors, but it looks like there's not totally uniform. There's some individuality to them.
Okay. Well, I say to Marley with message, even though she's on my shoulder, this will allow us to be only heard by each other. I say, what do you think about getting one of these uniforms straight away so that, if we invite one of these servants back to our chamber, perhaps we can put her to sleep.
Can I respond in message in my head?
Yes, you can. You can. Yeah, you basically make a noise, but only I hear it.
Okay.
But as a cat, you can't speak.
Yeah. That's what.
You might want to give her a meow twice for yes, once for no.
Yeah, Ken reply in a whisper that only you can hear, so it is speaking.
Right. And Tabaxi gives me no insight into the language of cats.
Nope.
As we established, I'm the only one who took the speak with animals.
Right. Yeah. I had
so
speak with
helpful.
plants for a hot second, but I mixed it up. That's okay. I don't have sleep anyway.
Give me
so
long
I'm
enough
going to walk.
Tongues.
Tongues is good. So what's the vibe on the... So I step out. Am I noticed by these people?
Someone notices you and nods, but they don't seem to think it's too weird that you're out of your room.
Okay. And am I sort of received neutrally, or is there any sort of deference?
you were
Is there
deferential
I guess
as a
I'm sort of-
guest, but not. No one's like bowing or anything to you.
Right. People don't wear status. And status isn't like people, they aren't like, oh, this is a stranger, this is a Catman, this is a. I'm not picking up any vibes.
No, nothing like that.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm going to approach whoever's lighting a candle.
Okay.
And I'm going to. Hello. Excuse me.
Hello.
My, those are some fantastic garments you're wearing.
Oh, thank you.
I'm wondering, did you make those yourself?
I did. Thank yous for noticing.
I love it. I really do. Do you know where I could get something like this? I'm looking for something like a gift for someone, and I could pay quite handsomely for it.
Oh. Bless your cotton socks, sir. Yeah.
Bless your cotton socks.
Oh, thank you. How kind of you to notice my markings. I do have socks. Yes. Storm has white boots, as it were, and paws. So, how old a being is this? And what
she's
race?
Probably
Human,
like
halfling,
like a 16-year-old human.
Oh, 16. Wow. Okay. So she's got working. Okay. Well, I was wondering if I could talk you out of your garments. Do you want a?
Give me a persuasion
Do you want
check.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, open the window. And I just walk out.
You can't hear this. It's okay.
Nope. I cannot.
What's my bonus? Persuasion is +8, so that is a 23.
Okay. She will blush and say, "Oh, sir, I can arrange for you to have some wonderful clothes delivered to your study. Is this like a used clothes thing, or like do you like smell them?"
Well, I can't quite comment on this, and I'm although I will say it's of course it's not for me, it's for a friend.
Sure.
So
sure, we all have a friend.
Yes. I
have many.
I can. Do you? Well. That's quite advantageous. So you can arrange for this, and what may I ask? Would you like in exchange?
I'm a human 4.
Bunny.
Okay, perfect. I can arrange for that. Now, do you have any local histories? I'm quite curious about things, and I'm not from around here, and I'm very interested in, I don't know, any sort of local information.
My mom's name's Sally.
Sally. And your name?
Joanna.
Joanna. I like you, Joanna.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you, how long have you been working here at the castle?
Couple months.
Wow. And already they got you lighting candles. It's great.
My mom says you'll go far in the world, little Joe, if you just keep your head down and you light some candles.
Wow. Your mother is a wise woman. And yeah, I mean, I'll have to say they assigned you well because you really light up a room. Okay, well, when can I expect this package?
Well, when can I expect my money?
Oh, as soon as I get the goods. We can do this right away if you'd like.
Yeah, I can arrange that. Do you want, like what you need?
Let's see. I need... do you have a Pixie 34 or a Human 4?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I think I can, arrange that.
Fantastic. You're quite a savvy individual.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. Really wear your years well. Joanna. I'm gonna work on a ballad. You've inspired me with your kindness, and I really enjoy it. Do you like cats?
Like the musical, I think the plot's a little listless, but otherwise I like some of the songs.
I stroke Marley's head, scratch her top of her brain. Yeah. Okay. Well, fantastic. Please have the package delivered to my room, and you will receive a reward when you do.
Okay.
It's just there.
And she'll clomp off.
Joanne's got a heavy foot, I understand.
Is she wearing like wooden?
I was 16 once too, I get it.
16,
She gets it from her mother.
right? Okay. Well, let's. What do you think, Marley? Should we just go back and wait for these things, or should we forge ahead? Puss, should we go forward? Mew once for yes. Or go back. Mew twice for go back.
Meow.
How many is that? Is that one or two?
Oh my
Mew.
goodness, Storm. Certainly you can. Somewhere just.
One or two. She said one, but then I clarified, and then she said one. So was that yes to click clarification, or was that go back?
I send Willow for help. Out the window.
Okay, well, it's not night yet, so the owl is just kind of shocked, and you can hear it hit the wall a couple times.
Come back. I did think it was evening. I apologize.
Do we hear the poor familiar just flapping against the wall outside the castle?
I'm okay.
All right.
I'm fine.
All right. So, Marley, I'm going to head back to the room, but if you have a problem with that, Mew once. I start heading back.
If I have a problem with it, Mew once.
With me going back now. Mew once. Oh, okay. Let's go forward. Is that right? Mew once.
Meow. There's no alternative.
I love it.
The Storm keeps changing what one Mew means.
Mew
And it
once.
gets confused by his new definition.
It'd be so much easier if I could speak cat.
You have been standing in this hallway for like 10 minutes, and Joanna just comes clomping back.
Well, I'm trying to figure out which way to go.
They call her
I keep
Grace.
going, second. It's like, oh, thank you. And I slip her what? 5 gold.
Oh Lord.
Isn't that a lot? What's
would
my sense
expect.
of what's my sense of? I don't want to.
She will quickly. Oh no! Go ahead.
If she's cool with me giving her 5, that's
Well, she will take it and bite it, and then she says, "I don't know what I'm supposed to look for." So,
what does it taste like to you?
Dirty metal.
That's right.
Like I got
That's
punched in the
exactly
face.
Oh, are you? Oh, are you all right?
Of course.
You just now, or it tastes like you got punched in the face?
Hey,
Dirty metal tastes like punch in the face?
Yeah.
I see. It's colloquial turn of phrase. Just got punched in the face. Gonna get that money. Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
Yes, and let's just keep this whole transaction between the two of us, okay? So I suggest wah 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 that you forget wah 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 wah. So it's what's my spell save DC is
I don't expect that Joanna
16. Hey, you never know. She could get lucky. 16.
She rolled a 6. I almost wanted her to roll a natural 20, but
Yeah.
That would be pretty fantastic.
She'd be like,
No, you just gave me it.
Yeah.
What
She
you
got the
about?
money. I don't want her to forget. She could discover the money, and we'll see if she's an honest girl.
She'll wink at you and say, "Between you, me, and your friend, what we talking about?"
Exactly.
I gotta go.
Thank you. Yes, and just take the rest of these. I give her some of the dirty plates that are in the room.
Oh, well,
Thank you very much.
Okay,
And here's
well.
a tip. And I palm giving her the gold I've already given her. Counting on her to just sort of go, oh, I'm just realizing where I am. And here's all the stuff. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Can you manage?
Yeah. Okay. Not really on dishes, but okay, good boy.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so how are the
Joanna,
clothes?
here.
I like her.
Yeah, they are small halfling or small or regular halfling or small human-sized maid's clothes.
Right. And how is Hester looking then?
Probably fairly dour, but yeah.
Hester?
Yes,
My
they would be
lady?
lascivious on a human probably, but I would presume.
Well, okay. So I double back to the room and give them to Hester. And do you want us to wait for you, or are you going to slip out on your own?
Oh, well, no. Well, I expect I should be at least within dashing distance of you, between your kind of charming joie de vivre and my soon-to-be practical invisibility, at least with anyone holding any kind of rank or title. I think the most I should be is snapped at and told to fetch something. I think my mobility in this castle just increased literally 1,000-fold. So yes, let me just step into the water.
Now, so do we want...
Nope. Can't go in the loo.
it's still locked? All right. Do we want to...
Okay, in there, old
look
bean.
a-
Is it a digestif in your bag or anything? Then
He'll be
This
sorted.
guy's kid... Does he have...
Yeah.
He has kits galore, doesn't he? He's an artificer.
He is probably injecting himself with something terrible. That's also a gun. I don't know how he works.
But can we use it to somehow mix up the way you look on your face as a makeup ingredient?
Oh,
Do you have any... I mean,
again, I don't expect that to be much.
well, you sort of
bother,
look
but-
like halfling rogue, right?
Yes, I do
Like a
have
streak. Okay,
sporty
so
streak in my hair. Yes, that's from my destiny. I probably hold on.
it's distinct. So
Yes.
is there a cap in this uniform?
Yeah, there's like a little bonnet.
All right, so I'm just going to help groom this. Tuck your
Well,
hair up.
delightful.
Look. You carry yourself a little. Don't forget. You got to get into this character.
Bustle
Okay.
myself into. Oh yes.
You've got to take that PhD that you have in your back pocket and keep it in your back pocket. Don't whip it out. Don't wear it in your posture. Don't wear it in your voice. Okay? If anyone speaks to you, don't say anything except yes or no.
Look,
Don't give
Gov,
them
I
your
got
eyes.
it. All right.
Yeah,
Alright,
just think,
that's-
what would
okay.
Joanna do?
Yes, she's your guide.
Yeah. All right. I
All
already
right.
been told once, haven't I?
Oh, great. I love the sass.
All
That
right.
I love it, but they might not. So,
Marley's
Not
gonna
saying.
do like a pose on like Storm's shoulder to kind of be like, yeah, like me.
I love. So you're like moving like a cat would in a movie or something, right?
Yeah.
Like cats. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We got a real
That's great.
reverse Eliza Doolittle here. I got it.
Hey,
What you hiding
Where's
about those
Eliza?
fucking shoes?
It's not my first jest. All right.
all right. Great. All right. So I will. Should I leave first and then you go? I mean, if we're seeing.
I guess we can leave together. It's not going to matter much.
All right. That's good. You're not going to break.
Here, I'll
character,
take some of these
right?
plates even.
Great.
Slip it a little
She
straight.
Yeah, I was
Ah.
gonna say,
She
grind.
didn't get everything.
No,
Sound like a
I'm
knoll.
trying not to get straight Cockney, but it's just kind of coming off a little. It's fine. I'm invisible, like I said.
Someone once said that an Australian guy I knew said that a good way to do an Australian accent was to try and sound like a Cockney speaking out of the side of his mouth so he won't be heard by a British guard. And they were like, "Oh yeah, that's actually pretty good." I don't know for accuracy, but I have had it verified by other Australians.
Do a little more Eliza Disco. Leave off it.
There you go.
Okay. Well, then, let's exit. I'm gonna open the door and just close it.
Okay.
I've got the cat on my shoulder.
Mhm.
Let me give Marley a scritch, and I'm gonna sort of go back towards the throne room. Not too fast, but I'm gonna sort of keep my ears ready to hear Hester's exit from the chamber to sort of let her be able to stay within distance of me.
Okay.
Here, I take some of these dirty dishes.
Okay.
That way my hands are full. I'm doing my job.
Right. That's also going to send you to the kitchen.
Well, no
I
one
don't
knows
think
where I
that-
got them from, do they?
Did they
That's
leave the
true.
kitchen pre-dirtied?
But they probably have to go back somewhere, and they don't have bus stop stations like in the hallway, do they?
No.
I'm on my way.
Put your dishes
Okay.
here as you eat. All right, great. I'm like, okay. All right. So same crew of lamplighters in the hallway.
Yeah,
working away?
they've mostly moved on down the hallway. So
Okay. Is Joanna still out here?
no, she's taken her plates, the plates you gave her
Okay.
to the kitchen, presumably.
Okay. She doesn't remember me really, except for that anyway. So that's good. Hopefully.
Yeah, but she's 5 gold richer. She's probably off for the night. I'd be.
if she's even discovered it.
Yeah. Well, that's true. 5 gold richer in the morning, at least.
Right. She might notice you and be like, "Hey, what are you doing wearing my clothing?" Forget the whole transaction. That could be a problem. All right. So, heading back to the sort of throne room area.
Mm-hmm.
Are there sort of noble types and government types around, or
yeah,
as we get closer?
There are a large amount of guards, and there seems to be one government type talking to one of the butlers. But other than that, any unnecessary nobles have cleared out.
Okay. He's talking to a butler?
Yeah, the head butler who let you guys in earlier.
Okay. Is it apparent what they're discussing, or?
It seems like kind of just generic business about the state of the castle and some like orders for like supplies and stuff like that.
So he's sort of a chamberlain, kind of seneschal, like in charge of the castle kind of guy?
Maybe you can't tell necessarily. They just seem to be talking about that stuff.
Okay. I'll go past him and them and approach the throne room. Is it like open? Are the doors closed?
Doors are closed and there are several guards in front of it.
Okay. I am going to walk up to one of the guards and say, "Good day, sir.
No nod.
Might I inquire as to when the court will be open for the evening's entertainments?"
He'll
And
say,
I wink at him. Yeah, right.
he will say, "I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid tonight's entertainment has been postponed until tomorrow, so the council can continue its meeting."
Oh, council meeting. I'm sorry. I'm a stranger here to the court. I was really looking forward to immersing myself in a bit of your culture and perhaps sharing a bit of mine. Is there any news? Is everything all right?
He'll say, Just some news from the ever-expanding front. Apparently, something happened in Kullkraken.
Something happened in Kullkraken?
Yes, we're trying to determine what it was, but there were some rumors going around the city that the city of Kullkraken had been destroyed. Something about elvish atrocities. There was someone with trench body. It sounded terrible.
I love the way your mind works, Andrew. And again, it's just going to keep going back to Australian, but it's going to be in and out. It's fine.
If anybody asks where you're from, just say from down under.
Down under. I swear. None of your business. I swear. Look it up.
I am part of the embassy, and I'm curious as to whether I might have some access to what's being discussed.
You're part of the Kullkraken delegation?
No, I did not say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're part of what embassy?
The embassy of visitors who have newly come to court. We have an audience with the Queen in the morning.
Oh, yes. In the morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, a specific audience dealing with what has to do with us. I, as a visitor, am curious as to the goings on of your court. As an ambassador, I have a certain implied neutrality. I would think, wouldn't you? I mean, wouldn't you suggest that might be true? DC 16.
Well, I got a 5. So, he'll say, I suppose I would suggest you do have a neutrality about you.
Do I have to roll saving throw now too?
Outsider?
Just, like, bounced it back. I'm like, I'm like, oh, I'm whammied by my own thing.
Yeah, he'll.
I assure you, I won't make any.
He'll look at the other guard, and the other guard will shrug, like, you're in charge, and he'll say, if you are quiet, I will let you in.
Oh, you won't hear me. I assure you. Thank you, sir. And I sweepingly bow. And if he opens the door, I can stealth in.
Okay, he'll creak open the door slightly.
Okay. Okay, that's
I won't
pretty
be heard.
Okay.
Did everybody...
That's a 24.
Okay, you very quietly
quiet.
walk into the room.
Okay, so is it like is my check neutralized by the fact that I'm like upstage of where everyone's looking? Like,
well,
hi, is this the bathroom, or like am I in the back of the room and I can slip in? And
you're at the very back of the room, and you can see there are people gathered up by the thrones, and the queen is talking in a quiet, hushed voice, and the king is kind of like, oh my god, if this wasn't about war, I don't know how you made war boring, but it's boring now. Hester, do you sneak in with them?
Yeah, I'll leave the door. I mean, if you want to. Part of my stealth check is closing the door after you. That's if you want to sneak in.
No, leave off it. Right. Now if I recall, last time it keeps creeping in.
Just embrace it.
I did read Corden's mind to get an impression of where the princess was.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
you want to try and go there?
I'm trying to go there.
Okay. As you do, somewhat.
I'm feeling very naughty, and all of a sudden, I'm just like, I think I can go. I'm going.
Some noble will walk by and put like an apple core on your pile of dirty plates.
I nod my head and keep walking.
I'm glad you don't
Bob's
have
Uncle, bloody hell.
the piss bucket.
Yeah.
That would be slow going.
Okay, so let's see who we follow first.
Splitting the party.
Always a great idea.
Alright, so I burned 2 of these spell slots.
Okay.
Just tracking my spell slots for Andy.
So, Storm of Stars and Marley. You sneak into the back of the auditorium, and again, the king and queen and 4 nobles are discussing something. Oh, it's more than 4. I'm sorry. It's like 6 nobles.
Okay, and is the room dark? Is it? I mean, it's not 21st century lighting, right? I mean, and
No,
it's getting darker.
It's getting darker. There are candles and torches in the room.
Okay. Okay. Well, can I hear what they're saying?
What's your passive perception? Same thing, Marley.
My PP is 13.
13?
Yep.
And I would take... Gosh, I know we discussed this last time. I would take the cat score on that one, wouldn't I?
You take whichever one's higher, essentially.
Okay.
It's based on your wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah. So Marley's perception might be higher than a cat's.
Yeah, probably
Right.
Marley's is higher than...
Than mine, absolutely.
And how do I calculate passive again?
10 plus your perception score.
17.
Okay. You can hear one of the halflings very emphatically saying, "I just left Kullkraken. Nothing was wrong." And then one of the humans is saying, "That's how they get you, those damned elves. Sneak attacks. Elvish ninja assassins could be in the castle right now."
Right.
He doesn't know the half of it.
I was just realizing this is coming right as you were saying it. That's so awesome.
I heard
Here
they
I
can
am.
shapeshift into trees or cats.
Oh no.
Scarlett Johansson could be one of them. Okay, so they're discussing the Kullkraken incident.
Yes. And the Duchess of Kullkraken seems rather upset that her home has been attacked.
Oh, is she there?
Oh, yeah.
The actual Duchess.
Yeah.
Of
Wait,
Volcra-
I'm sorry.
What does she look like?
Get
Not
back a turn.
sure.
The actual Duchess of Kullkraken is present.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Fantastic.
What does she look like? Is she a halfling?
She is a halfling. That's about the only similarity between her and Hester. She's got kind of giant, like really curly red hair, and
Oh,
looks
nice.
like it's probably a wig, and she's probably like 55.
If Hester is still in range of my message cantrip, which would be 120 feet, can I just say actual Duchess of Kullkraken in the room to Hester? Just because she just left not knowing this.
Sure.
All right.
Hester, you hear a whisper in your ear that relays that message.
Oh, piss on it. Really? All right, then.
Somebody looks at the plates as you were walking by, like, piss
Oh,
bucket.
piss on it, right. He's okay. Sure, I had to go. Thanks. Right.
Going for the princess myself. Courage.
Okay. So this Duchess of Colcracken, does she seem been out of shape? Is she a big personality? Is she
She seems exacerbated. She seems a little put off that she doesn't know as much about the attack on her home as apparently some people in the city do. How come the court didn't hear about it first? Like, why aren't you protecting the frontier towns? Someone says that Colcracken's not on the frontier, and then there's an argument there. How we're in constant and deadly danger, and someone else is like, please, you have nothing of value for the elves. How dare you? And then there's just now it's just fighting, and someone has pulled out a fan, and they're hitting someone, and a cane, and it's just... The queen has her head in her hands, and the king's kind of like,
I'm gonna just say,
this is fun.
Well, gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war.
Classic.
And I begin a performance song about the benefits of Colcracken, 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 land of good people. Colcracken, Colcracken. May you be well, Colcracken, Colcracken. Nary a steeple, nary a palace, all by the Nell. And I bow and I say, look, friends, pardon, please, but these are rumors. These may be true, these may be not. I'm a recent arrival to you, and again, pardon the intrusion. I honestly thought that there was some entertainment scheduled for tonight, which, as you can see, I came prepared for. If I may offer any sort of benefit, insight, succor to the situation, I remain at your service, the legendary Storm of Stars.
Everyone is just staring at you.
Can I make a performance check?
Sure.
Or what do you want?
Sure, performance check.
All right. Dice be with me.
You're not a glamour board, are you?
No, damn it.
That has things with it.
17. 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you in a second.
Great. Cut to commercial.
Just gonna dig my claws in, like.
Yes, right. Next time, tell me. Right.
Hester.
Yeah.
You heading to where you think the princess's room is?
Yeah, and I'll pretty much just drop the plates outside someone else's room as if they're waiting for pickup.
Oh, sure.
I'm just committing to Australian at this point. I trust it better than my trash London. So just put him down at someone else's door and just keep walking as if I've got something.
You pick up their copy of USA Today.
Yeah. Tom Cruise, how does one small man look so tall? That's amazing.
Okay, you pass a couple other servants, and you head to the wing of the castle that you believe is the Hester's families. And you're pretty sure, based on the picture you stole from Cordon's brain, that the room is around here somewhere.
Yeah, it's not creepy. It's fine. All right, then. I look around. He certainly mooned around these hallways quite a bit because he expects to marry what maybe his cousin or some other level of gross.
It's called keeping the bloodlines pure.
Yeah.
It's called
it's
how
gross.
you get hemophilia and other various genetic diseases.
And yeah. Also, don't use so much lead makeup, mate. It's eating your skin. You know, no. You know what? I don't have time.
Mad King
Prime
George
directive.
used it, and I think he turned out fine.
Yeah, nothing about that sentence doesn't make sense. Good stuff. So I try and this is cheeking a little bit, but I like my angle on it. I'm going to try and find some aspect of the hallway that Corden particularly focused on. What with his, again, kind of mooning around and pacing. Some spot on the carpet he always notices, painting he particularly admires, something that stood out as a landmark to our Hester's room. If you need a roll with that, I accept.
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, that's a good one. Wisdom's not my bag, but let's go for it. Is a 13 good enough?
Yeah, so you think, closing your eyes, picturing it again, you can see that it looks like, you could see like the side of a picture frame. And now in the hallway, you can see a large painted picture of the Queen Hester, probably 20 years ago, a young woman, or a young girl, she's like maybe 10, dressed like a princess, and then a handsome halfling who's wearing like Ben Franklin, round glasses, and he's got a beret on.
Sure,
And,
this would be the poet Burton.
They're posing for a family portrait, and you're pretty sure it's the same frame.
Okay. Then I look for the closest door left or right of it. Or safely around a corner where, again, I think someone with political aspirations who is straight up stalking a princess would likely park and look for the closest door there.
She'd be lucky to marry me, probably, is what he's thinking.
Probably. That is, yeah, it sounds like Corden. He was right. All right, then. Yeah, and if I think I have the right door, which you don't have to tell me, I just tried the knob and walk straight in.
Okay, the knob opens, and you walk straight in.
All right. As if I'm on a quest for linens or to tuck in corners. I'm here, just part of the scenery. Me, I don't know.
Okay, so you open the door.
Oh,
so go ahead.
I apologize, Andrew, because I've had this thought a couple times and haven't said it aloud yet, and it's going to be important perhaps in a minute. Now, I do understand that we were offered and ordered some kind of brown liquors. Is that true?
Yeah.
I think we asked for the whole suite, and just I would like to have secreted on my person some small quaff of brown liquors.
Okay, sure.
In my knickers, because it rhymes. It's the only reason I said that.
Okay. So
Liquors and knickers.
Yeah,
you
got some brown liquors stuffed in my knickers.
you open the
These
door.
are my liquors, Nickos.
Yes.
You open the door and just walk in like you don't own the place, like you clean the place.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly that.
And the first thing you notice is there's a draft in here because of the windows open, but other than that, it seems empty.
Oh. Yeah, take a sec to spy around. And is it similar to our suite? Is it one giant bedroom? Like, what I walk into? Is it a small apartment?
It's a small apartment.
Okay. Don't be alarmed, we're halflings. I think I head to the window.
Mm-hmm.
The cover in the back of my head is that should there be a balcony or, I don't know, someone like straight up like ready to jump off a ledge or just dangling in any way, that I'm there to close the window. But I'm going to walk to the window as if I have any business.
Okay.
That's my declared action.
as you do, and you look out the window, you can see that someone is scaling down the building, dressed in all black, and they look up and see you, and stop, and then they start to climb back up the building.
Okay. What is the nationality of this person?
They are a halfling.
Okay. Cool. 30 feet out of view, I summon Willow.
Okay.
And otherwise I just kind of back up and put my head down a little bit and just kind of wait for this person to re-arrive.
Okay.
Come back. If they were a cat burglar, they probably wouldn't come back up, or they're coming to kill me, but that's all right. I have mind bullets. I'm not afraid of them.
Are they going down on like a couple of sheets tied together? Or
so the person climbs back up, and it's a young, probably 30-ish woman halfling who pulls off her ninja mask and says, "Who are you?"
Oh, pardon, Mum. Just in to check on your needs. New here, not exactly short of all my duties, so maybe lost. I'm afraid. Just just all over.
Give me a deception check.
Yeah, sure. All right. I got a +2 charisma. Ooh, I got a 11 there.
Okay.
Let me. I use a luck.
Okay.
Oh, be better. All right, I got a 12 there.
In the back of your head, you hear the woman's voice say, "Stop lying to me."
Yeah, well, okay then. But not bad though. You should admit. I think I was pretty convincing. I certainly hope you are the Princess Hester.
She'll kind of straighten up, and she'll flick her wrist, and this purplish pink like dagger will appear, like glowing from her hand, and she says, "I suggest talking very quickly."
Okay.
oh no.
Are we dramatically going back to the other group, or is this
Yes.
Okay.
Storm of Stars.
Dang.
In the back of your head, you hear the voice of Queen Hester say, "I let you come in here with an elf even, because I thought you weren't going to stir up trouble. But just barging into my court, that's not what polite visitors do."
I respond in my mind, and I say, I beg pardon. I'm simply trying to understand my environment. Forgive my audacity. I beg your forgiveness.
Spit takes all around.
Publicly, she will say, "Oh, of course, one of our guests, yes. I believe we've established all we can do. Sophia, we will send a detachment of guards to investigate Coldcrack, and the rest of you, the war effort is going as well as it has been. All talks of peace have been delayed by the constant disappearances of our envoys sent to the Elven Kingdoms. I think we've done all we can here. Don't you agree, my king?" Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool. Go humans and halflings.
H&H.
And he'll crack open a Miller Lite and undo his belt and say, "Everybody out." lean back in his throne.
He's a throne that leans.
Yeah.
I love it.
Put his hand down his pants. I said
Man.
everybody can go.
Joanna and King Pytor is the new campaign, you guys. Dibs on Joanna.
Okay, so I extend my thoughts to Queen, and I say again, I beg your pardon. Hopefully, this won't influence our meeting tomorrow to the negative. And I bow. Leave.
Okay. She will nod. And in your head, Storm, you can hear apology accepted.
Okay.
Power move.
So there's an image in my mind of me like wiping my brow, going like this, and like this, like bowing to her.
You send back an emojis.
Yeah, kind of. But
It's
first,
the-
you know,
It's the Hava.
the great artist, the great
Single
artist, Albrecht Dürer once sent a message to his doctor of a drawing of himself pointing to where it hurt with a circle. Like, it's one of my favorite things in the world, like 14th century or something, or whenever he was doing his stuff. But yeah,
This
so
way.
I sort of do the same thing in my mind. The Albrecht Dürer, I pull a Dürer on her, and now I pop out and I go, well, kitty, right or left?
Do I get an option this time? Or is it
Yeah.
once
And
for
I'm
right?
like, I'm just waiting. I don't quite get it. Wait a minute. I have a 10. I don't have an 8. All right, so left 1 mu, right 2. And straight ahead, just hit me in the face with your butt as you turn around on my shoulder. Because I know that's a move.
That is a move.
Left is the way you guys came, if that makes any difference.
Okay. So let's go instead. Yeah, well, do we want to go back to the room and freak out a little bit? Or do we want to keep getting into trouble? That's my question.
That's the real question. One
Yeah.
meow for more trouble. 2 meows.
Yeah. So
for
1
calling it a
mu.
night.
Do we go back to our room?
Well, so she was just
I'm
talking
kidding.
in Storm's
Yeah,
head.
or-
So I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I'm like, okay, kitty. Here's what just happened. Got busted by the queen. I think I talked my way out of it. At least I'm not going to be executed tonight. She
Not
knows you're
tonight.
with us. She knows you're an elf. Again, I didn't feel any threat other than the whole hello, I hear
Are you just saying this in front of the guards?
No, I'm using the message cantrip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm standing in front of the guard,
So it's a lot of.
and I'm just sort of like, yeah, and,
That's
and
acceptable.
petting you, and like looking at you like this, you know. Where are we? So yeah, I'm standing by the guard, maybe a little too close to him, just for effect, so that maybe if I turn, my rapier sort of bumps into him a little bit, kind of thing. But again, playing it inadvertently for the comedy. And I'm talking with the cat, with Marlene. Yeah, so the queen is telepathic. She knows you're an elf. Again, I don't know that there's a threat, but do we know where? 1 mu for yes, 2 for no. Do we know where Hester went?
Meow?
We do. No. What did I say?
This is my new favorite Storm bit. Failing to communicate with the cat by his own means. This is...
Marley's just gonna get frustrated and hop off.
do the
butt move.
rapid
butt
bat.
move, and I'm like, oh, okay, straight ahead. So I start walking straight ahead.
I'm gonna hop off and head in the direction that
That you want to go?
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm like, oh, do I notice my path? Are you doing it stealthily? Or You trying to ditch me, or are you trying to stick together?
No, I'll do
Okay.
it so that you can follow.
Okay, good. Like, oh, hang on. So, and I'm like, but how about that song, Marley? Huh? I pulled that out of my ass. Pardon my common.
Just meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Meow, yes, for that was awesome.
Okay, good, great.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
once
not-
if that was awesome. Yeah, twice
Yeah.
if that was really
Yeah,
great.
right. Right. Well, like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you're really impressed with me right
Only
now.
positive options. Silence is like condemnation, of course.
Okay. Hester,
Yes, here I am.
Princess Hester has just thrown out a Psylocke knife and
Yes.
Oh, no.
has suggested that you talk very quickly.
Okay, well, I can absolutely do that. Okay, so basically, I am from another plane, and I came here looking to look into other Hesters because I understand that we are everywhere. What I have instead found is that your mother is perpetuating a constant war, and that struck me as strange. And then I heard that there's a second Hester from a total creeper named Cord, who I spied into his mind. It's not creepy, and I found out where you. But what I heard is that you're not exactly for the war, so I thought that perhaps my luck would be better contacting you, and perhaps you were the generational hero, and that she is but a fraud. All of this is to say that I really hope you are not some assassin who has already killed the Hester and is going to pin all this on me, and she is lying in a bed in the other room.
Sounds like a good story, though, doesn't it?
It does. Does her summoned pink dagger have any blood on it that's apparent?
No. But she does kind of release her fist and the dagger goes away. And she says, my mother is not trying to perpetuate the war. She is trying to end it. Perhaps, in my opinion, she's not taking enough proactive means to end it. But she claims the elves refuse to listen to any of her envoys. I suppose that's true enough.
Dear, I am no stranger to sneaking out of rooms. Where is it you were going?
She says, I go out and try and help the people at night. Perhaps it is... I don't know.
Yeah.
Is she wearing a super suit?
No, she's wearing like a ninja outfit. It's just like black kind of silk robes and a mask she's pulled down around her neck.
Like an elf ninja.
Like an elf ninja.
Like fat elf. Right.
Yeah, she's just like a League of Assassins ninja.
Okay. Talia, Agul.
But she'll say, my parents don't like me to leave the castle. They say it's too dangerous, what with a war going on. It's been a war my whole life and nothing's happened to me. I can take care of myself.
Oh.
She'll
Bless you, darling. You're more what I was hoping to find, if we're being honest.
Thank you. I'm not quite sure I understand what or who you are. You're a Hester from a different plane?
Yes. I feel that's the safest explanation. Do you know that there are other Hesters?
I know there are other Hesters. There were other Hesters here.
Of course, your lineage, your Hester the Fifth?
Yes.
Yes, well, and that's darling in its own right, but I'm afraid more metaphysically, Hesters are typically something more profound, as I understand it. They are kind of crowned by destiny to do great things. You seem merely crowned by the accident that you fell out of your mother's area, which isn't to say you aren't yourself great. You seem quite charming, whereas I am not quite as charmed by your mother, but which isn't to disparage her if you hold her in high regard. To be honest, Hester, I hold my own mother in God, and it's not Yes, well, I'm not here to disparage lineages. I am simply here to study Hester's, and I find that you are unique, to me, at least.
She'll kind of look at her hand and flex it again and make the little dagger, and she says, "Because of this."
Oh, actually, I think that's more what I expected than simply being the queen of an embattled kingdom. Where did you get that?
She'll say, "I've always had it. My mother can do other things, but," she'll kind of tap her head, "it's all we think it, we do it. It's not magic. As far as I know, we're the only ones who can."
Well then, my dear, I do think you are a Hester. I wouldn't know. It seems though the universe is quite charmed by you, and that's one of the signs.
She'll say, "Doesn't feel like that very often."
Well, I expect the circumstances of your birth were quite unfortunate. You were born to the war, you say?
Yes. Yeah.
Would you see it end?
I would try, but as I said, my mother has tried. I don't think the war started. I'm not so naive as to believe that the Bright Summers are innocent in the way the war started, but they're also not guilty in perpetuating it. It's elves. We can't win a war of attrition with elves. The king and queen are not fools. They see that. They've tried. But it's gotten worse since the elvish queen died.
Oh. Died or...
Well, was
murdered.
Killed in battle.
Oh, well, that's... and all's fair and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not here to take a side in war.
And I would not ask you to. But if you are here to learn about Hester's, well, the only thing I can think to tell you is I try to make a difference, and I think at the end of the day that's good enough for me.
Oh, darling, I hope so. I do hope so. Bless you, I didn't mean to interrupt your escape. I just wanted answers, and I thought you might hold them, and I think you have. But I know this is terribly strange, but can I was going to say borrow, but I do mean to take some manner of personal effect. It's for my friend. He's building a detector.
She'll kind of look around the room, and she'll pick up like a compact and hand it to you.
I was thinking more like a hairbrush, something that has some
DNA.
Designated neutral attribute.
Look, for your friend, whatever you got to do, whatever you got to smell.
Does your friend like to smell them? Okay, well, I understand how it sounds. I actually think I do come off as quite creepy the more I think about it. The more I'm confronted with myself in the mirror, so to speak,
you have a little bit of a Vincent Price voice.
Yes, well, all right. I'd like to think. Okay.
You don't. You really don't. But
well, bless. But I have some things to think about.
She will hand you a hairbrush. Do you want a toothbrush too? Is that?
No. I think that end could be confusing, and that it feels more gross than it probably is, but it definitely feels gross. So, do you need me to help you escape? I did summon my owl in case we had to do battle.
I can see that.
Yes, well, it's just Willow. Say hello, Willow. She's a danger hoe. It gets me in trouble everywhere I go.
Is the owl just pissed off because of the light still?
It's just. I put her in a shady spot, didn't I?
Well, now she thinks it's nighttime, so she went to bed. That's not true.
Yes, no, now she's awake. She's like, where's the hunting? And then she moves to the light and is like, fuck. Hey, fuck it.
The owl's Australian.
Yes, the owl is the problem. He's trouble.
So, Princess Hester will say that if you can just make sure Corden's not hanging around outside my hallway like a weirdo.
He is gross. I can show you the corner he tries to spy on you from.
Oh, no, I know.
Oh, of course you do, dear. Of course you do. None of us are so blind. Yes, I wouldn't sell you out to him. I don't know that I'll be on your plane much longer, but I do wish you luck. Is there anything outsiders could do to aid you?
Unless you can get the Elvish King to talk.
Where does your Elvish King live?
I will tell you that in one moment.
In Elfland.
Is it Guerenteg? Am I close?
Yes, but there's a city they live in. Hold on.
I happen to have a surprise elf.
Guerenteg is the name of the nation and of the elves. And the king is... the King Elised I, chosen of Amser, Lord of the Sacred Wood, and emissary of all elven people on Bide and beyond. Yes. He lives in the city of Elised, named after him.
Of course. Well,
old guy.
Untrustworthy about that.
The elves claim he is their first and only king, and that he has reigned for 40,000 years.
That's clearly bullshit.
Heavy emphasis on the word claim.
Yes. No, I hear you. Hester, is that your preferred calling?
Yes.
Do you favor brown liquors?
Of course.
Yes, well, I stole them away in my knickers. It's true and it rhymes. Take a drink with me and courage and good luck. I will see what I can do. There is no promises, though.
Well, and she'll say, and now that I've said that, you are kind to offer, but perhaps it is something we have to solve on our own. Maybe that is my destiny. Ugh. She'll take a heavy drink.
Cheers. Well, I've only met 2 other Hesters. Oh, smooth. Yes, I've met only 2 other Hesters. One cured an elemental incursion on a realm unprepared for it. And the other is missing. But I do think that Hesters are meant to do the thing for themselves.
Hesters are doing it for themselves.
Who runs the world? Hesters. Doesn't work. Actually, it doesn't really fit the rhythm, but I will sing it. I do think we're likely to take our lead, but I will offer this to my colleagues because we are something of free agents. But yes, if we do nothing, I apologize, but I think you have the right of it. And if we do something, then you're welcome. But I don't mean to sound this forward. I am dressed very commonly and have no claim to nobility, short of being one of 8 sisters. But could I get a hug?
She'll stand up and give you a hug and say, I hope you find your Hester.
Thank you, Hester. Do you have any cleaning up for me to do or take with me?
She says, no, I only trust Joanna with my tidying.
Oh. Well, Joanna sounds the proper sort. Yeah, I will bring back our options, but I shall leave in the morning one way or the other. If your mother asks, do put in my regrets, but I want to make sure you have plenty of time to get into town.
Thank you. I'll explain. I don't know if she'll understand, but I don't know if I quite understand totally yet.
I don't know that any of us do, but do, while you have her, even if she's a total bitch, cherish your mother. I'm sure she means well.
She does. And perhaps with this knowledge that there is a bigger world amongst us, we can convince everyone that this war is short-sighted and foolish.
Yes, well, that will be a hard argument for the long, but I wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
Not even any linens I could take. Just, you know what? You said. All right. Bless.
Please take your owl.
Oh, yes. Willow, yes, please. One more shot ski for the just. Cake Stamp Champ. 97. All right.
As you leave, she kind of redoes her ninja getup and jumps back out the window. And you guys can meet back up. Do we want to talk about this before the end of the episode? We're running a little late, but we started a little late, so
yeah,
I'd feel good if we kind of ended on a what are we going to do next, and then we can do outros and plugs.
Great.
Yeah, well, I think. Do you think it's up to the group, isn't it? It's just a matter of do you want to try and solve things locally, or are we completely? It's gonna come up poorly because it's gonna end up trying to convince an Elvish Lord the just waiting until all the humans and halflings die isn't just a proper, solution.
He might also wait for you all to die so he doesn't have to answer any of your questions.
Yeah. Fascinating question. Hold on.
The elven waiting room gambit. He'll be right with you. Waiting for them to die.
Yeah. Please take a number. My number has lots of zeros on it, and that says 2.
They only play like waiting music, like hold music in their
That's
kingdom.
Elvish for 2. Good news.
Are there light refreshments or?
There will be no refreshments.
The only bathroom is 4 buildings away.
You'll lose your place in line if you leave.
Oh, yes. The countdown starts again. Kind visitor. So yes, to give young Andrew some direction, and particularly to you, I look Storm, because I think you had the most interest in thinking we were perhaps here for a reason. Do you wish to try to explore our elvish overlords, or if the Hester comes back saying, "I think we're done here," do you agree? I like either answer. I have no preference myself.
I suppose I have to see what's proposed as an alternative. Currently, Storm is following Marley and
Yes,
taking in the environment, sort of probably playing along with his to himself, making up melodies, smiling at people, and sort of reeling with the knowledge that the Queen and he had direct mental contact, that she knows more. So he's very, I guess, concerned with repairing the situation socially, making sure that's good, and is intrigued, is curious. He's very curious about the situation because he knows he's on one side of a situation and only hearing some aspects of it. So his sort of like, what the hell's going on here brain is activated. He's curious about the situation. So that's where he is currently.
Does he feel a particular way about being not so much one-upped, but being that we have not gotten away with the subterfuge we thought we were?
No, he has no ego test to that because he knows that it was he spoiled his he outed himself situation.
But even that we had a secret elf, that gets it all back-footed.
Well, that informs the sort of desire to. He doesn't know what you're doing. He doesn't know what you've learned.
Yes.
He doesn't know what's up with Chimkin. All he knows is he just kind of boldly interposed himself into a situation that could have gone really any number of ways, and he seems to have gotten out of it, and he seems okay, but he also doesn't know this Queen. He doesn't know if she's gonna skin this cat or not. So he's sort of looking around, taking in more of his environment, is on guard, is also following Marley, and is waiting to see, in a way. So,
I will head back to the room.
Okay. Yeah. If that's where you're going, then
I wasn't sure because
and then
cats
you and
do have
I
advantage on sniff tests, which I do think they just copied the stats for dogs by accident, because they also don't have night vision, which is just meet any cat.
Cats can see in the dark. They do have very good senses of smell, though. Apparently, that's how they recognize people. They can't. You all look the same to them.
Very short range, though. Yeah. But yes. My cat, as a paranoid schizophrenic, certainly takes some extra effort to sniff every part of you, pet it, or do interact with it in any way. Except feed it. Feeding it, you could be a fucking stranger. All right. Do we... And Andrew, would you feel better if we can... specifically if Storm feels a kind of way, should we conclude with the Queen Hester that we are leaving her realm, we've seen everything we came to see, wish her luck, tell her to hug her daughter, and wish her luck in her war effort?
We can do that.
Would we... But I, as player and character, believe I have done everything I need to do here.
Well, that was going to be my thing, is if we were going to go back to the room and talk about it, I was going to ask Hester, does she feel like she's done here? And then Marley being kind of freaked out that Storm just told her that the Queen knows that she's a secret elf, that are we going to wait around until the morning to hear what the queen has to say before skedaddling, or what is going to be
or
our...
do we need to get out? Right. Yeah, I'm sort of waiting to connect with everybody too. Plus, I have no idea what Chimkin, if he's ill.
He's currently indisposed.
He's still in the bathroom.
But we can probably hear him from...
Whatever you chaps want to me.
All right, I'm gonna go outside and be medieval about it then, and I'm just gonna find a pot and just piss
Oh,
him
yes,
in,
yes.
'cause I've been waiting for him to get out of there for a while.
Yes, anywhere will do.
So I hear.
Lucky you can slash wherever. I have several steps and to take extra care not to pee on my own sock, but I mean, bully. I don't hold it against.
I'm confused by you often. But that's what keeps things interesting, I suppose.
But of course.
Right. I come back in, make sure I'm clean, and so yay.
Sorry about that.
No, it's cool.
So she knows?
She knows. She could speak in my brain. She knew, she said one thing and communicated with me mentally. She, doesn't seem to want this war, but I don't know. It seems strange. So I'm confused because I don't know if she knew this whole Kraken thing was false, or if she was just playing along. If she's using it to maintain a stance on thing, or if someone else is, I don't know what if we should feel like we're in danger or not. If we should feel like you're in danger, but I think we should, connect with everyone and get an opinion. If we need to get out, then let's get out. I'm not attached. I'm curious, but if it's dangerous for us to be here, then I'm not attached, and I'm grateful that we now know that she knows, because I don't think she just discovered. She has known. So,
is Hester back by now?
Yes.
Oh, darlings, so wonderful to see you. Yes,
the queen knows.
Knows what?
Queen knows about us. She knows about Marley.
That I'm here and I'm not a cat.
Yeah, the Queen and I had a brain conversation.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, she can do it herself.
Yeah, apparently.
And she just let me cast fireball after fireball. The nerve.
Well, I don't know how it works. I don't know if she's employing magic or if it's an innate ability.
Did she?
I'm new to this whole telepathy thing.
Did she declare us her prisoners or anything of that sort?
No. She said I sort of made myself known in an ostentatious manner, interrupting their council of war, but it became... Yes, I know.
Hard to believe.
But I came up with this. I was taken by the moment. The Cat Lord spoke to me and gave me this song about Coal Kraken, because they were following up on the room. Thank you. Do you want to?
It's some good song. Well, here I am in some other girl's stockings, and I find it hard to judge.
Stocking.
Yes,
because of the way you're dressed, you mean?
Yes, I don't.
Another girl's outlet store.
Yes.
Well, I know I got it for her, but I thought where were you, Hester?
Yes, this is not a human 8, by the way. This is for sure a human 6.
You asked for a human 4. That's what she was supposed to bring you.
Well,
you said human 8?
I forget what I said. It was an hour ago.
Pixie 34 was the first thing I asked for.
Yes. Well, either way, I feel quite complete here, but there is
personally, you feel like the Hester.
I look at you as somewhat of a guiding star here.
Oh.
Do you think there's good yet to do?
Well, I think there's always good yet to do, and if there's conflict in war, there's obviously good that needs to be done. And the question is it being handled, or are we butting in? Are we here because the destiny has called us to lend a hand? Which I'm naturally inclined to believe, is I don't believe there are accidents. I have a belief system that incorporates all of that. So it's up to me naturally to be curious about why I am anywhere in whatever situation and try to parse what that is. Even for my own self, I may never discover it. I acknowledge that. Anyway, that said,
Storm, I think, is trying to say is he's a curious cat.
Yes. So if you ask me, is there value in us being here? My curiosity says yes. My sense of there being some impact we can have on any given situation says yes. But I am one part in this group, and we ostensibly came here because of you. So if you feel satisfied, if you feel like there's nothing more to be learned, then I will absolutely. In the light of no further evidence, we can go if you're ready to go. If we can go.
You have invoked destiny when
Sorry,
I feel we are at the hands of Hestiny.
I realize your point.
But I think there are two Hesters strong to deal with this situation. I don't think some outsiders are going to go tell an Elf King that he's in the wrong in any convincing way.
There's an Elf King in the wrong?
Well, perhaps. Now, of course, there's an Elf King. There's a whole other side. I do think we're better off leaving, and I have one less sending for the day that I think I could send to our Queen Hester. That would simply explain that we feel they're in good hands, and I can't send to both Alvar and Hester both, so we'd have to make our way to Alvar.
You have the sending stone to large and in charge.
Yes, which apparently
Little Crumpet.
Our code names are Large and in Charge, Little Crumpet, Dr. Human, Man Cat, and Secret Elf.
Yeah, hold on.
I have notes for
that. I have some for Alvar and Knifey, and they are let's see. Alvar is, if my notes will load.
I hope Knifey is. I've been here the whole time.
So I would adore leaving this episode flying away from Bide.
Okay. Yeah, Warminster... Sorry, go ahead.
Warminster is large and in charge, correct?
Yes, Warminster is large and in charge. Bubbles is Sick Bear. Alvar is Scruffy Scoundrel. And Knifey is Knifey. I'm afraid he insisted.
Awesome.
What was it?
Scruffy Scoundrel.
Scoundrel, yes, of course. And Knifey. Of course.
This
okay, so
presuppose that we'll be able to leave.
I do. I don't think we're being held here. I think we've been granted every gratitude. I will pull up the sending stone and tell Large and in charge 4 for pickup. 1 who needs a digestive. At the XYZ 8th window up on the Estimo side. And then
Large and in charge will say, and then you say over when you are done. Yes. Over.
Over. Apologies. I say after I said over, which is, of course, an immediate breach of protocol.
He'll pause for a second and say, no, that's okay. Over.
And as we're getting about to where we started, I would like to send to the local Hester, and I do hope it's touching enough that I've gathered all I need to. I believe your plane is in good hands. Courage and best of luck to you and your beloved daughter.
She will say in response, "Thank you. I hope you find more of what you are looking for, and that someday you may return home and do your mother proud."
I will wipe away a single tear. Nothing. There was something in my eye. There's a lot of dust. War dust, probably.
Yeah.
But got some flow in my eye. Space Jam.
And the Centurion Hawk will pull up outside, and everyone can hop on, and we can leave Bide Space this episode.
Bide space.
Bide space.
The dude abide space. All right. Are they freaking out?
There's several people pointing.
Yes, there's some child halfling who's just kind of like, whoa.
I'm gonna
blew their mind and they invent spell jamming.
Wave.
Now this is pod racing.
Right. So, God, that poor bastard. I'm gonna wave to that poor bastard on the way out. This is pod racing, kid.
Peace, Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd, that's his name. Poor bastard. Yeah, I'm gonna wave. Thank you. Bye. The city's name is Troy.
Kelia?
The country is Kelia. The city was Fates Cove.
Fates Cove. Thank you, Fates Cove.
Woo!
Woo!
Okay.
Hello, Wisconsin.
And we're back in space. Outros and plugs. Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy Magic on the old Twits, Timothy McCown Reynolds on the old Instagrammers. I would like to plug the testimony of Robert Mueller that I heard today, which I listened to for about 7 hours this morning. It's all necessary viewing, I think, for any one of us citizens. I'm always increasingly fascinated to observe our representatives in action to see how they conduct their business when they're doing their job. It has actually made me kind of impressed with a certain number of people increasingly in the public eye. So it's helping me choose things for the future. So anyway, that's my somewhat long-winded pitch. But yeah, I support that. I think it's essential viewing for any American citizen, and certainly interesting viewing for anyone from anywhere else in the world, because we tend to make splashes with what we do. So anyway, done. Peace and love.
Cece.
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupsica on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me if you want to see some what I think is pretty cool artwork, if I do say so myself. I just finished a commission for one of our lovely Discord D&D friends, Liz, of her character Smells Like Barf. Real cute. She's a little goblin magical girl. So if you want to check that out, maybe get a like and give me a follow. That'd be great.
Awesome. Sean's not here. You can follow him on Power Squad RPG and his 8 billion shows. And Marty.
Yeah, all kinds of Greyhawk channels and shit. Well, shit, I was gonna cover for Sean a little bit and plug him, but Andy's already got that. So let's just hear for Liz Hurin on Twitter. You can follow her if you like. And she's a personal favorite, and she's absolutely doing the Lord's work. And Soup's commission was 100% perfect for a goblin magic girl. And just friends, this I feel really good about tonight's episode, so I'm riding high on that right now. Woo! Andrew,
Cool, blimey.
do better than that.
My name's Joanna. and
New favorite.
on Twitter.
And I recommend you follow me on Twitter. And also you watch all of our lovely programs with all of these wonderful people. Next week we got Bubble Loves You. And then also Task Force Unlikely. And that's what I got to say about that.
Follow me on Insta at jdog.
Underscore.
jdog 420.
I'm
Wicker.
going to be streaming daily on Twitch.
It's your girl,
Joanna.
Jwick. 69 probably.
Hashtag
420. Take your pick.
Hashtag blaze it.
I love her so much.
Hashtag blaze it.
Can we encounter?
And buy
a
that many
version of-
candles. I do a job, a proper job.
Is there a Joanna in every dimension, just like there's a Hester?
I hope so.
Probably.
The counterbalance.
We have to develop a Joanna
She's the
monster.
Dark Hester.
A Joannometer.
No, that's the Hector. There's a
Yeah, there is
a
a Dark Hester. His name is
A
Hector.
Hector. Oh, awesome.
Then Joanna's the middle, the neutral,
Yeah.
the limbo.
I have no
holds the center.
I have no destiny. It's not good, it's not bad, I'm just here.
Have to maintain the balance.
I beg to differ. I sold my knickers to a catman.
It's true. It's true.
For totally legitimate purposes for his friend.
For his friend. D&D's the best.
It really is. Okay. Have a good night,
This is how
everybody.
Gary Gygax intended.
Oh, 100%. Have a good night, everybody.